ペッパークイーン
It's here, people. It's here. Search Party Season 4, Episodes 1 through 3. This is the review.
Hi, this is Dory. Sorry I couldn't get to the phone. Leave a message. Thanks.
So we see Dory waking up in her captor's basement, and we see her being videotaped with all these messages about how her and her stalker are best friends. And then we see that she's kept in this playhouse version of her apartment. It's like a weird playhouse Dory apartment in a basement in a house. It's kind of weird. So we see from the last episode in season 3, the finale, after Dory is made innocent, her stalker comes and steals her away. So while she's imprisoned, she does make an attempt to escape on her 3rd day there. And I was shaking my head at this attempt because she was running off desperation and instincts. But it's like, if you don't have a plan, what's the point? You played your hand. You know what I mean? So she, it's like every day at a certain time, her captor gives her food in this mailbox slot that he made for the door in her playhouse apartment. And she, I don't know how she did it, but when he went to collect the food back from the mailbox slot, she took his arm and his whole body and somehow pulled him through the mailbox slot. And in her desperate attempt, she got him into the apartment. She locks him in there, and then she runs up the stairs and she doesn't know the code. And it's just like she threatens to kill him, and it's really high intense. And he's just like calling her bluff. He's like, okay, fine, kill me. Then we're both here dead, dying of starvation. And she's just like, she's holding a pen to his neck. She's like, I'll do it. He's like, okay, it's not a good plan, but go ahead. I don't know what it is about her, but the fact that she can jump to killing as a solution so easily just makes me think, wow, this is getting easier and easier for her. Like, she's not having any qualms about it anymore. And it makes you think that maybe she could technically be a serial killer. Like, if she killed this guy, she could technically be a serial killer. After that failed attempt, she calculates her next move. Then all of a sudden, while she's eating, she gets super sick and she gets like a huge stomach ache and she shats herself. I guess eating the same thing every day wasn't a good idea. The chicken nuggets and the apples, I mean, not the best plan ever. So her captor takes her upstairs to take a shower. It's in the shower where she finds her window, literal window to her freedom. But the window is sealed because of the paint around it, seals it shut. So she doesn't have much time to chisel out the paint that's sealing it. And, you know, her kidnapper takes her out of the shower literally after 2 seconds. And so she's put back downstairs in the basement. And she convinces her captor to give her something different to eat so she doesn't get sick again. So the next time he brings her meal, he gives her chicken wings with the bones and an apple. And I'm like, how is this much different from the chicken nuggets? But it's whatever. She needs vegetables, like seriously. But anyway, she's eating the chicken wings, and from the bone, like she's eating it, and she breaks it apart. And she makes a sharpened edge of the chicken wing bone, and she has an idea like, oh my god, this is just sharp enough to peel off the paint that's sealing the window in the shower. So now she's thinking, all I have to do is get up there, figure out a way to get up to the shower so I can jump out the window and find my freedom, which is very smart. So she formulates a whole plan. She tricks her captor into celebrating this fake 3-month friendiversary. And so he makes this huge elaborate meal. Afterwards, she initiates a food fight, and she gets all messy, and she's like, oh no, I think his name is Chip or something. I don't know. She's like, oh my gosh, you went too far. Look how messy I am. I have to take a shower. So they go back up the stairs. She takes a shower, and she keeps distracting him, so she has a longer time in the shower. And she's using the chicken bone, and it works for one side of the window, and it's so suspenseful. Like, this show does suspense really well. And she's like chipping out one side of the window, and it works well with the chicken bone, but the chicken bone breaks. And so she's like, crap, gotta think. And she's like still meanwhile distracting Chip by singing. And so she takes a shower clip hook and she chisels off the other side of the window, and then she finally breaks it open. And while she's just got the window free, Chip turns over and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, no! And she kicks him out the bathroom in this huge desperate, attempt to save herself. She kicks him out the bathroom, and then she locks the door, and she takes clothes from the bathroom. She jumps out the window, and while she's jumping out the window, someone is actually visiting the house. And it's such a weird moment because had this person not visited the house, Dory wouldn't have the time she had to get a head start running into the woods. So she's just distracting Chip, and Dory makes a run for it. She's in the middle of nowhere, and while she's running, I'm just thinking, had she just made it to the other side of the house, she would have gotten help from that woman who just randomly shows up at the house, the decorator woman. Like, she would have gotten her freedom. But whatever, so she's running into the woods, and she goes into this abandoned warehouse, and she finds this radio set, and she's trying to call out for help, and she's freezing to death, I'm pretty sure, because she's hallucinating, and it kind of seems that she doesn't have enough energy to go on, and while she's hallucinating, she's imagining her friends with her, and it's in these delirious moments that you can see how much she loves her friends, which I'm shocked, because I'm like, I've never seen them have genuine good moments with one another. They're always bickering. They're always doing like some weird, crazy ish. I never see the genuine friendship moments. But in this moment, when she's thinking about her friends and how much she appreciates them, and how the different personalities bring something different to the table to help her cope with what's happening, I'm just like, it makes my heart melt. Like, I love a good friend moment. So anyways, she eventually sees someone driving past the warehouse. She hitches a ride, and they start going to the police station. But this is where karma comes in, because the universe can't let Dory go, and the guy who's driving her gets into a car crash, and during the crash, her captor, her stalker, comes back up and takes her again. So I'm just like, well, this really sucks for Dory. Like, she can't get a break. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, does she really deserve this? But then I'm thinking to myself, she did kill 2 people, so, karma. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to her friends. At this moment in time, they don't really know that she's stolen. They don't know if she's kidnapped. They think that she moved to Paris. Eliot, Portia, and Drew, they're all very self-absorbed. I forgot how they were. Like, I forgot how annoying they were, because it's been a while since season 1. But Jesus, the whole scene where they're ranting about Dory because they actually think that she went to Europe. I mean, the whole freaking note was suspicious. Like, she could have called them. And then they had this weird group kissing scene, and I was actually kind of into it, but I was also just like, why is this here?
Oh. No comment.
Stuff. Portia is benefiting off of Dory's infamy, but playing her in a movie, which I am kind of happy for Portia, because she is a talented actress and she should get a big break. But off of Dory's back, I don't think so. Eliot is compromising his morals as usual to become more influential, while Drew has seemingly found love while running away from his problems. He's a mascot at this theme park. I think Drew is spiraling. And his love interest, I mean, when I first saw her, I was like, there's something off with this girl. But then when you really get to know some of her backstory, you feel kind of sorry for her, and you actually start to feel for her. And then Portia, it's like there's a cost to everything. Portia got a big break, but off the back of Dory and her anguish and having to go and relive through everything that happened, Eliot will be powerful and influential, but at the same time, he's going to tear down his community. And can he actually live through that? Because we see in season 2, he couldn't live with covering up a murder. So he has morals somewhere. It's just hard to dig out. And of course, with Drew, would he ever face the music? Can he ever bear to look at himself and face what he did and cope with it? So anyways, that's my take on the first 3 episodes. I can't wait for the next 3 coming out next week. Please comment and subscribe. I would love to hear your opinions on everything. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.